Oh, hi, cow.
So my wife, speaking of quickie, wait, she's telling a story about this picture. This chick said had a hat on. Hat said, "I shaved my bush for this." So Ange commented with,
I can read it to you.
"Yeah, please do. You want to get it accurate." It's probably removed.
No, it's not going to be removed.
Belch. Belch.
Would you get off here? Okay.
Today, Junior.
So is it her man that likes the prepubescent pussy, or is it her? I never understood why men like that. To me, it's a red flag that they're a closet pedo.
And you know, I think to her surprise, and to probably a lot of your surprise, I was like, wow. You know, I don't think that's a fair statement. Although I do agree with her for the most part. I just think when you say like the implication that all men that like it shaved are pedos, the issue being, you know, like my generation was probably the last generation that saw Bush for a long time. And, you know, my dad used to always tell me like how he couldn't stand he didn't like when chicks shaved it at all. Like he was like, "Man, I like the big bush." And I'd just be like, "How the fuck can you? That's a lot." But it comes down to our social programming, you know, and it goes along the lines like with my wife and her perception of a circumcised penis because of the Jays that control the narrative, who are lots of them the closet pedos she's speaking of. The generations, you know, literally like the next generation of after me, it was always shaved. I hated it. I never wanted the welcome to the jungle, but I always thought like a nicely manicured hedge was a pretty hedge.
No.
And I always, you know, thought like, why would I want you
No.
to look like you were 12 years old?
No.
But when you think about like so many dudes, that's all they ever saw. All the Playboy, all the porn, all the everything had nothing but shaved pussy everywhere. That's all you
What are
could
you
see.
eating?
But I just I think it's it's part of the bigger conversation, and it adds to what I'm always talking about. It's just more J bullshit, just more J propaganda bullshit. Think about how they did that to us. These are the people that forever, you know, gave us Punky Brewsters and Different Strokes and, you know, the shows about even the Wonder Years to a degree. Like, you guys know that, like, the episode where Kevin and Winnie kiss was like one of the biggest, the highest rated episodes in television history. People were waiting for it. Adults were waiting to see what would happen with these two kids when they would finally kiss. And it was both of their first kisses, like for real. Like, and they talk about how awful it was to be in that situation, all these adults sitting around you, telling you to do this, telling you to do that. But that's, and I love the Wonder Years. The Wonder Years was great, but I was Kevin's age. I looked at it like the Wonder Years was a show for me. It wasn't a show for adults. But when you look at these shows, this narrative that we've been given so often was like Punky Brewster is one of the most fucked up shows, and nobody talks about it. This girl runs away. She's I think she's staying in one of the abandoned apartments above, like in the guy's building. Let's see if we can't find the Punky Brewster synopsis. The fuck was it? Looking up. Oh my god, I can't believe I just forgot I was wrapped up in this show. Oh yeah. Punky Brewster marries a young girl, Soleil Moon Frye, being raised by a foster parent, George Gaines, in Chicago. The show ran on NBC from September 16th, 1984 to March 9th, 1986. Wow, it was only 2 years. And again, its syndication from October 30th, 87 to May. Created by David Dulkin. But he's a Jew. Warren David Dulkin was producer of Punky Brewster Silver Spoons. Dulkin was born in Rockford, Illinois. Died. Wow. Warren David Dulkin. April 27, 1950 to January 15, 2025. Just died. American television writer and producer, known for his work on Punky Brewster, Silver Spoons, and Family Members. Dulkin was born in Rockford, Illinois on April 27, 1950. He died in Franklin, Tennessee on January 15, 2025 at the age of 74. That's literally it. That's all this guy, like he doesn't have an synopsis. Penelope Punky Brewster was a warm, funny, bright child. Her father walked out on the family, then her mother abandoned her at a Chicago shopping center when they were shopping for groceries, leaving Punky alone with her dog, Brandon. Afterwards, Punky discovers a vacant apartment in a local building.
Don't do it.
Man, the 80s were different. The building is managed by 60-year-old Henry Warren Mott, a widowed photographer. He's a photographer. I always used to make the jokes. I didn't know he was supposed to be a photographer. With a grouchy streak, finds Punky in the abandoned apartment. Punky hits it off with young Cherry Johnson, played by Cherry Johnson. That's a real name. Who lives in Henry's building with her grandmother, Betty Susie Garrett. Betty works for a registered nurse at Cook County Hospital. Henry discovers Punky in the empty apartment across from his. Punky explains things to him, and he decides to take in Punky. The relationship between the two blossoms despite red tape from social worker Randy Mitchell, Talia Boslam, I bet she's that J-broad, who ultimately rallies to Henry's side. The state forces Punky to stay at Fenster Hall, an emergency shelter for orphaned and abandoned children, until their day in court. The court approves Henry's wish to become Punky's foster father. Henry legally adopts her in the second season. That's fucking weird. That is fucking weird.
I just asked you 3 questions. Do you remember?
He asked me about my wife.
This is a great episode. Highlight CTE.
I don't understand why you're asking me all these questions. sex with that woman. I never had sex with her.
Which one am I taking? Which one am I taking?
I, whatever one, I was gonna let her pick it.
So they're coming here.
Didn't know. So, whichever one you think. This guy's a hell of an actor.
Very tired. I just want to go home.
Good episode. Because it's another one of those things where, like, CTE was well known for decades, and the NFL hired a J doctor with all these credentials to just fudge the information and say whatever he wanted to do.
You wanted a sting operation. You wanted to prosecute all the Johns for rape. Guilty of one. Stanton, did you don't get to cherry pick? What are we supposed to do? Prosecute?
Yes. I love how the law, these shows do that, and they try to say that the law is this black and white thing. It's not. It's not. Certain things affect certain people and certain situations, certain backgrounds, all of it. It's interesting. Anyway, I just think it's strange how our
Not guilty, Your Honor.
our
Jake Stanton, you are free to go. These proceedings are now closed. The state of New York thanks the jury for its service.
I just, I don't know, look at it all like it's all, it's all a show. It's all manipulation. It's all there to keep us from seeing the truth. We just live in such a manufactured reality. I love that. Look at who built all this.
Nobody wants here, Nick.
Like, think about that. Like, we don't talk about it enough.
Backs against the wall. But Hail Mary at the very end. Just happy to be here celebrating the big.
Why would they even? Nobody would let this guy get interviewed. See, there's so many parts in this show where it's just manufactured TV. It's all it ever is. Shit's not real. Our real world is so much uglier than they make us think it is.
Jake, look at me. Jake. 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 Please. Jake, drop the gun. Drop the gun, Jake.
Don't shoot yourself in the brain so they can at least in study it. weekend. He shot himself in the chest. Good for him. What a crazy fucking world. It's strange to me that, like, that there are people all throughout my neighborhood who have gotten in trouble for fucking with a kid or some sort of rape charge or something. And we pretend like they're okay. They don't actually do that anymore. That was just a one-time thing. Like,
Especially heinous.
oh fuck yeah. This is the best show. This show is so
If you mean
fucking
best by,
bad.
You know, being the worst.
Oh, it's just terrible. It's so terrible, especially with how serious they take, you know, all that shit nowadays. It's kind of crazy that they have an Israeli soldier as Wonder Woman with their space monkey Khalid. Anyway, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't even care. Nobody's here anyway. It doesn't matter. I'd really like to hear people's perspective, but I don't think people are going to embrace it. They're not going to want to talk about, you know, why do you like it to look? Why would a woman's pubic hair be so nasty to you? But look at how we are about women with like armpit hair.
Hair stinks. That's why. It collects the dirt and bacteria and it stinks.
Not if you take care of yourself. And that's just silly. And especially when it comes to that hair is full of pheromones that you should be attracted to. You're like supposed to be drawn to that.
If it smells like fish.
I've never had a chick's pussy smell like fish before. I don't know where that even... Think about where that came from. Where did that come from? Along the lines of, why do we think cats like fish? I mean, granted, if you have a fish bowl and you have a cat like ours, you'll see, like, she wants to get them, but it's just because they're moving. But the idea that cats really like fish, how did that even become a thing?
Well, if we were to flop that fish in front of her, she would just paw it and then sniff it and walk away, probably. Like, she wouldn't want anything to do with that fish.
Well, just think about it. Like, obviously, they created an industry. They had all these fish scraps that they had to do something with, and what were they going to just throw them away? Like, no, how do we make money off of the fish scraps? Off of, you know, those nice fillets you buy. Well, there's lots of fish left over from that. There's lots of fish heads, there's lots of fish cheeks and fins and all that shit. There are little shrimp that are too small to be enjoyed by humans. But think about that. What if there's anything cats shouldn't like, it's fish. Where would they ever encounter fish in their real life? They hate water, so the last thing they're going to be trying to eat is fish, or catch is fish. You know, they don't go in water. Where would they get fish?
Well, she did.
That's pretty strange when you think about it. And you know, again, it's solely about, you know, it's like, what do they do with the fluoride? Wait, you know, the byproduct from the fertilizer production. Well, let's put it in the fucking drinking water. We can sell it to the government to put it in the water, you know, in the drinking water. And now they don't have to worry about getting rid of it. They don't have to worry about all they got to do is take it from. They make the product, the fertilizer, then they sell the fertilizer, and they sell the garbage. That's pretty crazy. But it's you know, same thing with cats and milk. People think cats like milk. Well, cow's milk is really bad for cats. Cats are lactose intolerant for the most part. So why would that be a thing? But I mean, back in the day, you know, look at the old 50s stuff. They talk about, well, you put the cat out at night. creepy trying to get fucking kittens. I mean, just it's all just really, really manufactured, really strange. Anyway, I tried. Think about the cat food. Have a great fucking day. Pedophiles kill yourself.